Buddhists walk, not run. In Sri Lanka, not Washington. Good things come to those who wait. Instant gratification is cheap but unfulfilling. Time is the special sauce that adds flavor. And while that's not something that the Buddha necessarily talked about, I think it goes well with the general thrust of Buddhism, which is essentially a non-thrust. Western action is heavily reactive, leaving no action unanswered, as I hear social media mavens exhort every day. Engage, engage, engage. As if social media were like going blindly into an empty void and reminding us to say something to the best friend that we haven't seen in years. Apparently, Mark Zuckerberg has yet to get the word that people leave Facebook just to get away from the toxic level of aggressive behavior that often passes for engagement. Maybe if people weren't so quick to engage, then maybe everybody would be happier for a few more minutes of each day. Those minutes add up, and if nurtured carefully, can make the difference between a bad life and a good one. If the monks that walk for peace accomplish nothing else, then they get the message out for mindfulness and meditation. That action is more important than reaction, especially when that action is a good one. I doubt that the Buddha ever talked about multitasking or not, but that's what the monks talk about. That's not really deep Buddhism. That's just awareness and meditation, so it's close enough, I think. The important thing is that it's non-reactive. Karma is about actions, not reactions. If you have nothing good to give, then maybe try some silence. Again, the Buddha probably never said that, but I did. Now I have something else to say. I'm going to Sri Lanka in a few weeks just to see those same monks, hopefully, as they do a peace walk there as part of their mission to retrieve some special sacraments. I don't know the details yet, but if no one's offended by my presence, then I will tag along to record the event, if nothing else. I missed the Woodstock Music Festival 50-some-odd years ago, but I'd like to be part of this, which I think is a very significant part of our modern culture. Not that this is the latest, fanciest part of Buddhism to imagine, but almost just the opposite. This is baby step Buddhism, and that's perfect, to attract onlookers and wannabe Buddhists while the timing is right. And the time is right, I think. Politics is a total failure at capturing our imaginations the way these venerable monks have, and that is a blessing, not a curse. It's also part of the larger inspiration I already had, about meeting with monks to discuss their inspirations and aspirations, rather than let people's imaginations simply run wild. Because there are Western people interested in an Asian thing, and I think that's something that I have ample experience with, having lived there for many years, almost half my life, and having lived in a Thai forest temple, and serving as driver, in addition to later attending monk college, along with monks from all over Asia. Did I mention that I have some experience with making videos? This is my new experiment for the new age of Buddhism in the West. What does it matter whether I make videos? Well, frankly, the clock is ticking, and I don't merely mean that I'm turning 72 years old soon. No, I'm talking again about those darlings of modern Buddhism, those monks walking for peace, and the popularity they've managed to accumulate over the course of a few short months. They've done something that Jack Kornfield, Sharon Salzberg, Pema Chodron, and even Thich Nhat Hanh could never likely do, much less the Buddhist scholars Gombrich, Franz Dahl, and Donald Lopez Jr. that I'm more familiar with. Then there are Alan Watts, Chogyam Trungpa, and the Dalai Lama himself, many of whom can agree on much of anything. But that's okay. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't be here. Buddhism is what we make of it. And obviously the monks walking for peace aren't lost in the forests of Abhidharma and Musha. Have a peaceful day is baby step Buddhism at best, and that's good. The middle way can wait another day. I see a role for me to play in the huge chasm between wannabe Buddhists in Middle America and heavily invested Buddhists in ancient Asia. So please follow me right here on this channel. I promise that I'll do my best to report the monks walking faithfully, if not fully, because I don't know what they will and will not allow. But I will also be contacting monks from other countries and traditions as part of this same project, and in the future, hopefully. Let's do this.